Anthony Joshua responds to Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder had comments about Anthony Joshua basically having an identity crisis. Basically referring to him being manufactured or put together a career as far as the type of person he is. He's not being his real self. And I'm not saying the exact words, I'm just, you know what I'm saying, but summarizing, but that's basically what he's saying. He's not basically a stand-up person as far as the type of person he really is. He's not showing us his true identity. It's all put together. And I don't know. Anthony Joshua responds to Wilder's comments with a vicious attack, basically on Wilder's resume, I guess. Referring to things as far as they had a similar fighter, and Joshua fought him in the 12th fight, and Wilder fought him in the 30th something fight. And things like that. And from what I've known, I thought Wilder was has fought longer than Anthony Joshua has fought longer than Wilder has. So I'm kind of confused as to why would he even make these type of comments. He knows Wilder hasn't been fighting with him fighting that long, so to expect him to fight a top guy in his 30th pro fight, that's not really ideal back then, especially when Wilder, if you look at how many fights he was having back then, he was fighting a lot of guys so he could develop. And why would that even be a problem anyways as far as resumes? Especially the fact that Anthony Joshua lost to Andrew Ruiz. I thought after the Andrew Ruiz loss, we wouldn't be talking about resumes and different things like that. Does he know he lost to Andrew Ruiz, or is that not really a big deal? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that not really a big deal? Because Andrew Ruiz isn't looked at as a big contender right now. And that's someone Wilder wanted to get in the ring with. And you didn't really even knock Andrew Ruiz out like he knocked you out. You just went 12 rounds and got your fight, man. I felt like it should have been a third fight, but I don't know. Andrew Ruiz has been all over the place, so I can't really wave the flag for him like that. But I don't know. I mean, Anthony Joshua could have settled all that as far as better resumes by just getting in the ring and fighting Wilder. At this point, man, I like the back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua responding to different things like that. It let me know that he's in a different position. But I think he's on his third, fourth, fifth training by now? He's had 3 trainers in the last 2 years? Man, he got a lot of work to do, man. As far as thinking about Wilder's resume and all that, that ain't... I mean, Wilder coming off a knockout victory. He got his confidence back. But you, that Helenius fight, nah. That was a bad fight to me. I feel like Anthony Joshua did a bad job in that fight. He could have fought way better than what he did in that fight. The way he fought, nah, he's not ready for a guy like Wilder. I feel like Wilder will knock out Anthony Joshua at this point in time. Anthony Joshua needs to prove himself, especially in the Otto Wilder fight. If he can knock out Otto Wilder, I mean, he'll be all right then. He'll be right back to where he needs to be. This is definitely a tough fight. This is not an easy fight. Nobody's expecting him to just go in there and walk through him and win, but I've seen a couple things in the last fight. Like Anthony Joshua, when he throws up his uppercut, it's a very vicious uppercut, but he doesn't throw it as much as he needs to, man. I want to see his uppercut a lot more than what he actually throws it. When he throws, it's a problem. But he doesn't throw it that much. I haven't seen him throw it at all recently. But yeah, I'm been expecting more uppercuts though. That's a good knockout punch for him. But if he would have landed on Usyk, it would have been a way different fight. But he wasn't patient with the uppercut. Not like it should have been. He should have been a lot more patient. Especially like he was in the Usyk fight. But, well, the second one, in the first one, he wasn't that patient. It was a lot closer in the second fight, but in the first fight, it wasn't that close. That's why you have to use that uppercut. That uppercut is a serious punch. That's the one I was waiting on Joshua to do, man. He put himself in harm's way too many times. He's fighting the competition, but it's a different level, though. He hasn't fought a Tyson Fury or anything yet. Yeah, I think a lot of people were disappointed after Anthony Joshua's last performance. They give a lot of guys a lot of chances in fights. You know, Wilder, he gotta be perfect in all his fights. But with Anthony Joshua and Fury, these guys get second chances and excuses. Everybody talking about Fury ain't trained, even though he said he did. You know, different things like that. So Anthony Joshua, he kind of gets a lot of excuses from everybody else already. I've already told people over the years that he wasn't someone who was better than Tyson Fury before he fought Wilder, or better than Wilder. He has to prove himself. I've already said these things. Fans, they're the ones that should shock, and you know, they thought he was a little more put together, better as a fighter. Then later on, they try to say he's robotic. You know, people don't want to. It's almost like in basketball, Russell Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? People want the stats and everything, but then when a guy has a setback or a loss, then they try to bring out all the negatives and why he's not like this and why he's not as good as this, and just different things like that. They don't really keep it the same all the way through. I think it's a very bad situation as a whole. They definitely need to get away from stuff like that, because I felt like throughout the whole situation, Anthony Joshua really hasn't held up his end of the bargain, man. Eddie Hearn and all these guys, they put him in certain positions and got him all kind of different kind of fighters that he needs to get his confidence back, and different guys that he needs to face in order to try different trainers and different things, and he has different options at title fights. So it's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes I really don't like, especially throughout this whole process. And then they have the fights they're putting together with the heavyweights. This would have been a good chance to put the fight together with him and Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Put that fight together. So when they have that fight done and all these heavyweights is on the card, they can eventually possibly go against those other guys too. But not going against them and just going a whole nother direction, that's not, man, nobody wants to see that, man. Honestly. I don't want to see that no more. I'm tired of seeing the same heavyweights, group of guys fight each other over and over, and then people try to make it seem like, oh yeah, now they're ready. And I don't know, man. We've been waiting on these guys to fight for so long, man. They ain't ready by now. They should have been ready. These aren't the type of fights I'm really waiting on right now. In my eyes, not to me. These aren't the type of fights I've been waiting on. I've seen a lot more different people at a higher level fight than these guys. Charles Martin, has fought Anthony Joshua a long time ago. People try to say, well, he's not a decent heavyweight. Well, he fought these guys already. You know what I'm saying? And if Anthony Joshua think Wilder can't compete with those type of guys, he's obviously lost his mind. Shoot, Jared Anderson would be a good fight for Anthony Joshua. He just beat Charles Martin. And Charles Martin fought good in that fight. You know what I'm saying? Jared Anderson basically could have said, well, I beat Charles Martin at 22, 23 years old. Way before Anthony Joshua, so that's like the same thing Anthony Joshua was saying to Wilder. So it doesn't really make a big difference, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares? Are you knocking out everybody? Now, that's a whole nother conversation. Are you knocking out everybody, though? Did you knock out the guy like Wilder did? I don't think you did. You know what I'm saying? But it's actually nice to hear AJ kind of talk to Wilder like that, because usually he kind of says these things far away. He doesn't say it in close range. Now that they'll be around each other a lot more now, kind of makes sense. It'll make for good promotion too, man. I think that's still a huge fight. Any fight Wilder's in is a huge fight, man. Just being honest, you know what I'm saying? The fans know that. They tune in to watch. They tune in to watch. As much as they try to make it seem like they don't watch Wilder, they watch Wilder. Trust me. They definitely watch Wilder. He puts on a show every time he gets in the ring. See, these other guys, Fury got a lot of pressure on him because that Usyk fight, people might not even talk about that fight that much. They might talk about the Ngannou Wilder fight more than they talk about that Fury and Usyk fight. That's the sad part about the whole thing with Usyk and Fury. That fight might not even be one of Fury's top 3 fights. They waited too long, man. They try to make it seem like it's right on time, but I don't feel like it is. I feel like it should have been made a lot more earlier than this. Especially now, because you could have, I don't know, they could have had like a mini tournament with AJ and Wilder and all these different things going on, but guys trying to retire, man. Usyk and Fury, they're going to end up retiring after this fight. They're going to end up retiring. I already see it. They're not trying to compete no more. Definitely not trying to compete. Usyk trying to go for undisputed. Whoever gets undisputed, I mean, he'll be alright, I guess. I guess if it happens, I mean, it'll be alright, okay. I mean, let's just say Fury wins, you know. Will we be more impressed after what he did with Ngannou, or will he have to get a rematch with Ngannou? That's a whole nother story. I already put too much information out there already, but that's something I'm gonna have to ask later on. I'm gonna have to remember that. But right now, I'm trying to see AJ get back in the picture. This Otto Wallin fight, it's gonna be a huge fight. If he can do better than what Fury and these other guys have done, they'll be saying something. He'll be sending a message. But we gotta see it though. I know he's told us different things that he'll try to do, but we gotta see it on paper. Well, not on paper. We gotta see it on film, and it gotta be on paper as far as the score or the knockout. He gotta show up. He got a lot of pressure on him. He don't think it's a lot of pressure, but a loss at this point right now, nobody would want to see you in the ring with Wilder after that. It's already kind of pushing it that you even postponing it even this far. The fact that you ain't trying to make the fight right now, you're trying to still push it off. Yeah. Otto definitely gonna try to ruin those plans. He's not gonna try to accept y'all trying to make plans around him like, oh yeah, let's just get him out of the way. It's not gonna work like that. Y'all definitely gonna run into trouble if you don't take the competition seriously. He's not a game. He's definitely gonna try to come for the win. But yeah, that's all I got though. Like and subscribe.